Perhaps you're a bit like me, a bit too optimistic when a little pessimism would come in handy, or when things get tough, it gets challenging getting back to it and solving the problem rather than ruminating about it. In this episode of Mind Your Biz, we will take a look at the ant, what makes it so productive, and why it is one of the most successful species on planet Earth, and how taking on some of their persistence can help to lead you to more success and less stress. Before we get started, we would ask you to like, share, and subscribe if you find this type of content useful, and consider sharing this video with your friends and family. So let's begin. I have a personal story to give you an idea about how considering the ant might come into play in your life. I often work on media, and in this ever-changing environment, I began to create music with the intention of placing it in films, commercials, and other commercial uses. As I opened up this channel of inspiration and monetization, I began to sense that the sync music market wasn't as lucrative as it had been in prior years. So just out of sheer instinct, I began creating more self-development content on multiple channels, not because I love attention and consider myself to be an influencer, but because I enjoy being creative, and I do believe in leaving more in the world than I am taking out as a general concept. So I am currently up to a count of approximately 35 new videos and counting. I am really enjoying myself doing them, and I have a chance to make a difference in someone else's life along the way as well. In the past, I would take too much time mourning and pondering without taking action. These times proved to be very painful. However, through the years, my production in music and video has increased, and so has my general well-being. So here are some of those lessons you can learn while considering the ant. Point number 1. An ant has no commander, no overseer or ruler. The very definition of a self-made man is someone that is able to get to it without being prodded by someone else. Someone that rises to the top for the most part with little and sometimes no help. This does not mean that they have never received help, and the wisest of successful people acknowledge those that help them get to the top. Point number 2. An ant stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. Most advertisements push a worry-free party environment as the way we should be spending our summer. It's time to spend is the mantra, and yet ancient wisdom suggests something a bit different. Spend less in the summer, it doesn't last forever, and winter is coming. Then, when winter comes, remember, this too shall pass. A harvest on the way if you planted seeds in spring. The good book closes this sentiment with this statement. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. If you must nap, rest, or take a vacation, make them short. No seeds, no fruit, no security. When I prospected in sales, something I found to be bizarre would happen. I work hours on end without getting the big payout at the end of it all. Then some random person would call into the office, and I would capture that business. The universe has a way of paying back some of the unpaid dues at least long enough to encourage you to find the answer and find the way. There will most likely be some tough times ahead. That's where the provisions you have stored come in. You were wise, and you considered the ant. Anyway, let's call these times the winters of life. During these winters of life, it's important to understand this about the ant. He is fearless and knows what needs to be done. He plays his role in a bigger community. He is strong, and he will get it done by any means necessary. He will walk straight and steady, persistently and consistently until he runs into an obstacle. Then he decides to either lift it, chew through it, go under it, or around it. One way or another, he finds his way. These are not times to panic. These are times to regroup and problem solve, and a time to think to yourself, this too shall pass. Another aspect of the ant. He gets to his work with little emotion. He avoids drama. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive as you considered the ant. If you like this content and would like to see more like it, let me know in the comments section. Like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Until then, don't forget to mind your biz.